Hello, explorers of the unknown. Welcome back to our channel, the meeting point for curious minds fascinated by the mysteries of the universe. Today, our journey takes us to one of the most enigmatic places on the planet, the Bermuda Triangle, the scene of unexplained disappearances for decades. What if the truth behind these disappearances is more extraterrestrial than we imagine? What if the countless ships and aircraft that evaporated were not victims of natural causes, but of something coming from far away? Get ready, because we're gonna dive into the electrifying theory that an alien invasion caused the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle. Could it be an intergalactic hunting zone or a dimensional portal operated by beings from other worlds? Before we reveal this explosive hypothesis, I ask for your like, which helps us bring more content. If you're new, sign up and activate the bell so you don't miss our expeditions. Do you know someone who loves mysteries and chilling theories? Share this video, the more the merrier. Now hold on tight, because our journey begins now. The Bermuda Triangle, the area between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda, has been the epicenter of debate for generations. Since the mid-20th century, reports of vessels and aircraft disappearing in its waters have been haunting hundreds, perhaps thousands of lives lost. Wreckage never found. Lost radio transmissions filled with panic and confusion, describing phenomena that defy physics. Flight 19, a squadron of 5 US Navy bombers that disappeared in 1945, is the most emblematic case. Cargo ships, yachts, small planes, all vulnerable. Conventional explanation storms, navigation errors, methane gas bubbles have merit. But do they explain everything? What about the out-of-control compasses, failing electronics, sky and sea changing color before the disappearances? Here the imagination flies out of the atmosphere. The theory of extraterrestrial involvement in the triangle, although not new, has gained traction with the increase in UFO sightings, especially in the area. If an advanced alien civilization arrived on Earth, what location would it choose for a discrete base, observation, or portal? A remote place difficult to access with deep waters and natural magnetic anomalies like the triangle would be ideal. Theorists suggest an underwater alien base in the region, from where they would monitor activities, collect technology explaining disappearances, or carry out abductions for study. It seems like fiction, but cases like the USS Cyclops, an American Navy ship that disappeared with more than 300 people in 1918 without leaving a trace, in good weather, raise questions. How does a vessel that size disappear like that? Colossal wave or something more? Reports from survivors speak of electronic fog, dense greenish clouds that appear out of nowhere, causing a general breakdown in instruments. Compasses lose north, radios go silent, navigation goes crazy. Some feel watched or lose track of time, transported instantly. Could they be manifestations of alien technology to incapacitate or capture, or space-time distortions? Portals to other dimensions, perhaps controlled by cosmic visitors. The theory that the triangle is a point where the veil between dimensions is thin or has wormholes is fascinating. Ships and planes would not be destroyed, but transported to another place, time, or reality. What if the invasion is not hostile, but exploration, data collection, or contact gone wrong due to our incomprehension? Ancient legends speak of stargates. Could the triangle be one of them, reactivated by non-human intelligence? Numerous UFO sightings by pilots and astronauts near the triangle describe objects with flight capabilities that defy our technology, hypersonic movements, impossible turns, dives into the ocean without losing speed, or instantaneous disappearances. Could they be invader ships? In 1970, pilot Bruce Jernan had a classic experience. He took off from the Bahamas to Florida and was enveloped by clouds in a tunnel with spiral walls. Instruments failed, felt acceleration. It emerged over Miami Beach, covering the distance in 47 minutes, much faster and with less fuel. Jernan called it electronic fog, believing he had entered a spatial warp. Could it be a signature of alien technology? UFO researchers believe so, and that the triangle is an entry and exit point for these ships. If you're here, what do you want? Why the disappearances? Systematic collection for study? Accidents due to your technology? Or are we irrelevant and disappearances are like bugs in a car engine? What if the triangle hides valuable resources for aliens that we don't know about or haven't explored? rare minerals, energy sources, elements for your ships or survival. The disappearances would be to clean up the area, keep curious people away from its operations. A pragmatic theory, less conquest, more exploration. What about the legends of Atlantis? With advanced crystal-based technology located near the triangle, would there be a connection? Aliens interested in the remnants or the crystals? Imagination has no limits. We know that the region has intense geological and magnetic activity, methane hydrate deposits, strong currents such as the Gulf, and the human factor. But some bizarre cases force us to look further. It is important to highlight many researchers argue that the number of disappearances in the triangle is not statistically higher than in other oceanic areas with similar traffic and climate. Fame would be built through sensationalism, but this skeptical view does not erase the fascination. Why are there so many reports of anomalous phenomena there? Why do stories of UFOs and strange encounters by credible witnesses continue? If it were just statistics and mundane explanations, the mystery would have dissipated. But it resists, fueled by our need for answers and the possibility that we are not alone, and that cosmic neighbors have a particular interest in this area. The truth may be stranger than fiction. While there are no definitive answers, the triangle will be an invitation to speculation, a reminder that the world holds secrets, and who knows, visitors. Let's delve deeper into the cases. Flight 19, 14 men and 5 bombers triggered one of the largest searches. Lexine Taylor's latest transmissions indicate confusion. I can't see land. Were lost even with good visibility. Loss of compass orientation on all planes simultaneously defies simple explanations. The Martin Mariner seaplane sent for rescue with 13 crew members also disappeared. Some talk about an explosion in the sky, 27 lives lost in hours, no wreckage. It doesn't sound like a simple accident. It looks like external intervention, quick and total. The USS Cyclops, a colossal US Navy ship, more than 160 meters long with 10,000 tons of ore, and 309 people disappeared in 1918 without a call for help in good weather. No satisfactory explanation. Theories: mutiny, overload, German submarine, giant wave. But the total absence of traces screams mystery. How does something so big disappear without a trace? If it were an alien force with the technology to collect such a vessel, the lack of debris would make sense. Demonstration of power or efficient collection. Other cases, such as the Marine Sulphur Queen in 1963, 160-meter tanker, 39 crew, or the Douglas DC-3 in 1948, 32 people, 50 kilometers from Miami, add to the disturbing pattern. Each story is an echo. Jernan's electronic fog is recurrent. Side effect of alien propulsion, defensive energy field, dimensional portal manifestation. If it's a portal, where did they go? Another dimension? Another planet? Past? Future? Dizzying possibilities. Imagine the scenario: patrol, cruise, cargo crossing. Suddenly the sky changes. Dense and greenish fog appears. Instruments go crazy. Radio goes silent. Panic. Invisible force drags them. Modus operandi of alien capture. Dimensional portal opening. The portal theory would explain the absence of debris not destroyed, but transported. Victims could be in an alien world, dimensional limbo, or displaced in time. Material for nightmares and speculation. What if the invasion is quarantine or study? Aliens monitoring humanity, collecting samples of technology and biology. Disappearances would be mass abductions, efficient and frightening. Why there? Geomagnetic anomalies facilitating operations? Access to deep currents for underwater bases. The idea of hidden bases in the depths, technological cities from which they observe us, is recurrent. We know more about the moon than the bottom of the oceans. What if aliens are not interested in us but in specific resources in the triangle? Minerals, elements, marine life forms. Disappearances would protect their operations by eliminating witnesses. Cold pragmatism, not conquest or study, but exploration, and we are inconvenient. What about the legends of Atlantis with power crystals connected to the region? Aliens exploring remnants or the crystals? The convergence of mysteries is fascinating. Another line the triangle as a cemetery for crashed alien ships. Strange phenomena would be faulty technology emitting erratic fields, distortions, unstable portals. Disappearances would be victims of these anomalies. What if governments knew and tried to recover this technology in secret, using the mystery as a cover? It would explain secrecy and lack of information, an arms race for fallen extraterrestrial technology. Reports of UFOs with impossible maneuvers are difficult to dismiss. If real, who flies them? What intentions? Were they responsible for the disappearances, using the triangle as a hunting area or laboratory? Their technology would make capture trivial. The concentration of sightings there is suspicious. Alien traffic hub, meeting point, area of operations, crucial to maintain skepticism. Many researchers say the triangle's reputation is exaggerated, incidents are not statistically higher. Climate, Gulf Stream, reefs, depths, human error, mechanical failures, piracy all contribute. But the persistence of anomalous cases where conventional explanations fail fuels extraterrestrial speculation. Cases like Flight 19, Cyclops, Jernan's experiments challenge our understanding. The truth is that, without definitive answers, the Bermuda Triangle will remain an enigma. Border between science and fiction blurred, where the possibility that we are not alone is palpable. Alien invasion hypothesis adds cosmic depth, reminder of the vastness of the unknown. Maybe some secrets are close by beneath the treacherous waves. If we consider observation and study, discretion would be essential. The triangle, with vast deep waters and harsh climate natural disguise, is ideal. They could operate underwater bases or camouflage ships, collecting data. Disappearances would be calculation errors or deliberate abductions, with vessels disintegrated to avoid evidence. Technology like force fields, tractor beams, teleportation, trivial to them, or the triangle is strategic for them geomagnetic anomalies or dimensional portals for fast travel. Our presence would interfere, leading them to clear the path. Disappearances would be a consequence of our proximity to their technology. We would be like animals crossing a busy highway. What if the alien presence is ancient? Triangle and other enigmatic locations, such as remnants of colonization or ancient outposts. Legends of Atlantis and mythological gods would be echoes of this. Current disappearances would be a continuation of their activities to keep areas clean or protect secrets. Living on ruins or next to a hidden alien civilization is unsettling. Different alien species or factions may be here with conflicting agendas. Triangle as disputed territory, invisible conflict zone. Disappearances would be the result of battles, with our vessels caught in the crossfire. Explosions in the sky, fragmented debris, evidence. We would be victims of intergalactic war in our backyard. It would explain randomness and diversity of phenomena. Communication, or lack thereof, is central. Why not open contact? Maybe prime directive of non-interference. Maybe they think we are primitive or dangerous. Their forms of communication may be unrecognizable. Or they are not interested. They see us as life to be cataloged, explored, eliminated. Absence of contact does not mean absence of presence. They could be indifference, caution, intelligence beyond our understanding. Let us remember science seeks natural explanations. Giant waves, methane gas, human errors, mechanical failures. Plausible. But persistence of challenging cases, concentration of anomalous phenomena, instrument failures, temporal distortions, UFOs opens the door to exotic theories. Truth is probably a complex combination. But as long as there's an absolute enigma, the shadow of alien intervention will loom, defying our logic. We have reached the end of another intriguing exploration. We delve into the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle and the hypothesis of alien interference. Could the triangle be a reminder that the universe holds vast secrets? Leave your theories in the comments. Let's explore even deeper the nuances of a possible alien presence and its implications for the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. One of the most intriguing theories, which adds a layer of complexity to the idea of a simple invasion, is that the triangle is not an arrival point, but rather a starting point, or a kind of interdimensional or interstellar transit station. Imagine that our planet, or specifically this region, is located at a confluence of cosmic routes, like an oasis in a desert for space travelers. Magnetic anomalies and supposed portals could be natural features of space-time that certain civilizations have learned to navigate. In this scenario, the disappearances could be unfortunate accidents, where our primitive vessels and aircraft, when inadvertently crossing these cosmic highways at the wrong time, are caught by propulsion fields, gravitational distortions, or by the opening and closing of these portals themselves. There would not necessarily be a hostile intention, but rather a technological incompatibility and a lack of mutual awareness. We would be like ants building an anthill in the middle of an intergalactic airport runway. Another possibility, even more disturbing, is that the beings operating in the Bermuda Triangle are not temporary visitors, but rather inhabitants of a parallel reality or a dimension that overlaps ours in that specific region. The veil between the worlds would be thinner there, allowing occasional interactions or interferences. The disappearances could be the result of leaks between these realities, where objects and people from one side are pulled to the other, perhaps in a random and unpredictable way. Descriptions of strange mists, sudden changes in the environment, and instrument failures could be symptoms of these interdimensional fluctuations. What if these interdimensional inhabitants have their own laws, their own physics, and their own needs? Our presence could be seen as an intrusion, or our vehicles as curiosities to be collected. The idea that we are sharing our space with beings from another dimension, whose rules and intentions we are completely unaware of, is a thought that sends shivers down our spines. Let us also consider the hypothesis of a selective harvest. What if aliens are not interested in all humans or all of our technology, but rather in individuals with specific genetic characteristics, or in technologies that represent quantum leaps in our development? Disappearances could be surgical operations, where specific targets are precisely identified, tracked, and extracted. This would explain why some disappearances are so clean, without debris, and why in some cases only certain people aboard a larger vessel seem to be the focus. This theory, while highly speculative, connects with abduction narratives in other parts of the world, suggesting a program of large-scale genetic or technological monitoring and intervention, with the Bermuda Triangle serving as one of the main zones of operation due to its natural cover and anomalies that can facilitate camouflage and transportation, and the issue of our useless unidentified submersible objects. Many reports of UFOs in the Bermuda Triangle include descriptions of objects entering and exiting the water at very high speeds, without causing significant disturbance to the surface. This suggests the possibility of incredibly advanced underwater bases capable of operating both in the air and in the ocean depths. If such bases exist, they would be virtually undetectable to us. They could be located in abyssal trenches, inside underwater mountains, or even camouflaged by energy fields. From these underwater strongholds, the aliens could launch their surveillance, exploration, or capture operations with complete impunity. The ships and planes that disappear could be taken to these bases for study, dismantlement, or perhaps to be used as models for their own constructions. The idea of an alien world pulsing with activity far below the waves of the triangle is one of the most cinematic and yet plausible scenarios within the realm of UFO speculation. We cannot leave aside the theory of the climate weapon or environmental manipulation. What if some of the extreme and sudden weather phenomena reported in the Bermuda Triangle are not entirely natural, but rather the result of alien technology capable of controlling or influencing the weather? Storms that appear out of nowhere, gigantic waves that seem to defy oceanic logic, or fields of dense fog that disorient and incapacitate. If a civilization possesses the ability to manipulate the weather, it could use this ability to create ideal conditions for its operations, to defend itself against intruders, or even to test its weapons in a relatively isolated environment. The disappearances would then be collateral victims or deliberate targets of these climate manipulations. This theory is particularly frightening because it suggests a level of control over our planet that is far beyond our imagination. Finally, there's the invitation or warning hypothesis. What if the disappearances and strange phenomena in the Bermuda Triangle are not acts of hostility or indifference, but rather a form of communication, however bizarre it may seem? Perhaps the aliens are trying to warn us about something an imminent danger to our planet, the consequences of our unbridled technological development, or the existence of realities or forces that we ignore. Disappearances could be a way to get our attention, to force us to question our understanding of the universe and our place in it. Or alternatively, they could be a warning not to venture into certain areas or investigate certain phenomena, a kind of cosmic keep your distance. The difficulty in interpreting such messages would obviously be immense, but the possibility that there is a communicative intention behind the mystery is something that cannot be completely ruled out. Each of these theories, however fantastic they may seem, adds a new layer of intrigue to the Bermuda Triangle enigma. The truth, if we ever know it completely, could be a combination of several of them, or something completely different that our mind cannot yet conceive. What is undeniable is that the Bermuda Triangle continues to challenge our explanations and fuel our imagination, serving as a powerful reminder that the universe is vast, mysterious, and possibly inhabited by intelligences that watch us from the shadows or the depths. We could also consider the prospect that the Bermuda Triangle is a kind of intergalactic prison or containment zone. What if certain dangerous entities or technologies banned from other parts of the cosmos were exiled or contained to this region of our planet? The disappearances could be the result of escape attempts by these entities, or failures in containment systems, releasing energies or phenomena that affect our vessels. This theory adds an element of even greater cosmic danger, suggesting that we are close to something that other civilizations have deemed too dangerous to exist freely. Magnetic anomalies could be part of this containment technology, and the UFO seen could be guardians or maintenance drones for this prison. Another fascinating angle is the connection with cryptozoology and maritime legends. What if some of the gigantic and unknown sea creatures considered myths were real and inhabited the depths of the Bermuda Triangle? A kraken, a surviving megalodon, or some form of abyssal life not yet cataloged by science, with the ability to attack and sink ships. Although less alien in the classic sense, the idea of unknown colossal predators adds a primal terror to the mystery. Perhaps these beings are attracted to the region's anomalies, or perhaps alien activity itself, such as the operation of underwater bases, disturbs these creatures, leading to attacks. The combination of UFO mystery and Lovecraftian horror of creatures from the deep is certainly the stuff of nightmares and, of course, an extremely engaging video script. Let's also think about the sound of the mystery. Many reports from survivors or late transmissions mention strange sounds, high-pitched buzzing sounds, or an oppressive silence preceding the events. Could these sounds be manifestations of alien technology? Sound waves used to incapacitate, disorient, or even disintegrate matter. Underwater acoustics is a complex and still poorly understood field. If an advanced civilization mastered large-scale sound manipulation, it could create devastating, invisible effects. The Bermuda Triangle, with its depths and complex currents, could be an ideal place for the propagation or amplification of these acoustic phenomena. Imagine the terror of being on a ship and suddenly being enveloped by a sound that maddens the senses, that makes the hull vibrate to the breaking point, all without a visible source, and the question of the consciousness of the triangle. Some more esoteric theorists suggest that the region itself possesses some type of elemental consciousness or geological intelligence, perhaps amplified by cosmic energies or the presence of gigantic crystals on the ocean floor, as in the legends of Atlantis. The disappearances would then be a reaction of this consciousness to disturbances or a form of energetic feeding. This is, without a doubt, one of the most distant theories from conventional science, but it resonates with ancient mythologies that attribute personality and intention to sacred or dangerous places. If the triangle were a living entity, its motivations would be completely alien to our human understanding. Another point to be explored is the government response, or lack thereof. Why, despite so many incidents and the global notoriety of the Bermuda Triangle, is there not a large-scale international investigation with unlimited resources to unravel the mystery once and for all? Could it be because official explanations are considered sufficient? Or is it because certain governments know more than they admit and prefer to keep the public in the dark? The conspiracy theory that there's a cover-up to hide the truth about alien activity or the recovery of extraterrestrial technology in the region is a big deal for our audience. Leaked documents, testimonies from former military personnel, silent scientists, all of these elements can be woven into the narrative to heighten the feeling that there is something very big and very secret happening right under our noses. Exploring the psychology of fear and the unknown is also essential. The Bermuda Triangle has become an archetype of the inexplicable, a place where our certainties about the world are challenged. The idea that we can simply disappear without a trace, swallowed by something we don't understand, touches on our deepest fears. And the alien hypothesis amplifies this fear, as it confronts us with the possibility of a superior intelligence, with capabilities and intentions that may be indifferent or hostile to our existence. The script can explore how this fear has shaped our culture, inspiring books, films, music, and of course, trivia channels like ours. The search for answers, even if speculative, is a way of trying to control this fear, of making sense of the chaos. Finally, we can connect the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle with other global enigmas, forming a cosmic puzzle that defies logic. There are other anomalous triangles or vortices around the world, such as the Devil's Sea in Japan, a region marked by unexplained disappearances and intense seismic activity. Could it be that these points are not mere coincidences, but rather vertices of a global network of portals or zones of extraterrestrial activity? The fascinating hypothesis suggests that these locations could be aligned with an ancient Earth energy grid, perhaps connected to prehistoric civilizations or even intergalactic routes used by advanced beings. Intriguing patterns emerge. Many of these locations share magnetic anomalies, UFO sightings, and ancient legends about portals to other worlds. The Bermuda Triangle, for example, is aligned with theories about Atlantis and cosmic energy crystals, while the Devil's Sea is surrounded by reports of unknown flying craft since World War II. What if these areas are access points to an alien technological infrastructure hidden beneath oceans or mountains? Or even more chilling, what if we are living on a planet monitored by an intelligence that has chosen certain regions as observation stations? That's the big question that echoes beyond the waves and across borders. Is the Bermuda Triangle just a fragment of a much larger enigma? A link in a chain of mysteries that connect Earth to something infinitely more complex, be it a cosmic energy grid, submerged bases of non-human civilizations, or even traces of ancient technology left by visitors who came before us. My friend explorer of the universe, if you've made it this far, it means that the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle has not only awakened your curiosity, but also lit that flame of fascination with the unknown that unites us here on the channel. Therefore, before ending our journey today, I ask for a small favor: leave a like so that we can continue to bring stories like this, which defy logic and connect us to infinity. Oh, and if you're new here, sign up and activate the bell. Each new explorer who joins us makes all the difference. Share this video with those who love spine-chilling theories, because the more the merrier. And now, get ready, the next mystery is already on your screen, waiting to be discovered. Will it be something that goes beyond time? A secret kept for centuries? Or maybe something we couldn't even imagine? Click play and embark with me on this new adventure. You never know what you will find when the veil between the real and the impossible lifts. So remember, the universe is vast, the mysteries are infinite, and the truth, well, it's out there waiting for us. Until the next puzzle explorer.